Okay, I promised in my last video that I was gonna read Everett would reply to Jamie Bell's ex parte. It's pretty much an emergency filing. It is only filed in cases of like emergency. Okay, if the kid is gonna be kidnapped, or if he or she, the child, is on some type of legal trouble that might cause physical harm or legal harm, or one of the parents is running from the law, or one of the parents is trying to move the child out of state or out of the country. As Evan Richard Wood has said, and I mean, for all I know, she might be there right now, that she moved with Jack, her son, to Nashville, Tennessee. Of all places, I don't know, she says that it's a slow pace and she'd rather have a slow pace, which is really weird because you need to be in LA to work doing what she does. So I don't know what she's thinking she's doing. But obviously this whole thing is a big conspiracy that she's doing with herself, because she really believes this shit. Like, I have to think at this time, after it's been about 10 months after she named him and all the other women did, that at this point, at least Evan, I think she believes the bullshit, her own stuff. So it's borderline dangerous, without saying the borderline personality disorder, which a lot of people say that she has. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just think she's a pathological liar, and that comes with a lot of different disorders you might have, and all of us have our own bullshit, and all of us have our own issues. So I'm not gonna throw the first stone. But when you're messing with your children's life, the child's only 8 years old, then like, I have to jump in and make a video about it, because it really bugs me. It really pissed me off that she destroys Marilyn Manson's life and his wife and all that. But eventually he will recover. He's an adult. But a child, 8-year-old son, has no understanding of what's going on. All he probably thinks and feels is like, what the hell? Where's my dad? Where's my house? Where's my pets? All the things that he's used to, whatever it is. Also, her and Jamie Bell have 50-50. She doesn't have sole physical custody. So physical custody is where the child resides, and it's 50-50. And legal custody is the parents are gonna make decisions when it comes to health, legal, education. Okay, so for example, my ex and I, we have 50-50 of our children. I can't take my son to a therapist or whatever without asking their dad, and that is the way they should be, and vice versa. So the fact that she's just deciding where he's gonna live, hence where he's gonna go to school. So he's gonna go to school in Tennessee, Nashville. That's another thing that Jamie Bell can say, hey, I never signed up for that. So there's a lot of things that Jamie Bell has under his belt, and I'm sure he doesn't need our advice, but he has an awesome lawyer. Hope he does. But there's a lot of things. Not only that she's moving the child out of state, but also, as moving the child out of state, he's gonna have to start school in Nashville, and that is something that it violates the legal custody part of. People think custody is just, well, who's going to have the kids on the weekends and the holidays? No, custody also is legal. And you cannot make those decisions unless you're a widow, which she's not. You just can't. And she did. And all she sent to Jamie was one email, because I'm reading it right now. She sent one email, and she responded with 2 pages to the court. I mean, we see her sitting there and yapping for hours and hours, and sending a lot of papers, more than 2 pages, for, in order to get Manson in trouble and all that. And this thing that is supposed to be really super important, it comes to, it's about her child. She's only sending one email and filing 14 items. So 14 items fit in 2 pages. isn't that messed up? Like, I really don't care where she's gonna move to, but this is something that you just don't do. Like I said in my last video, that I hope this is better. I hope you can see me better because I'm more in the light. Without Lily's gonna pass. Come on, Lily. Come on, Lily. Come on, cross the line. Come here if you want to. If you want to be in the video. She's such a character creature. I find it so disturbing that she responded with one email. So he filed in 303 ex parte. Like I said, you don't file. I never had to file an ex parte. Also, my ex never had to file an ex parte. You file a bunch of stuff when you want custody. I mean, you already have custody, but let's say when you want more visits, or if you want Thanksgiving, and if you want more holiday times, so if you want to have your child for your birthday, even something silly like that, you gotta go to court and file. But you file the regular family law forms. He filed an ex parte, which, like I said, is only filed in cases of emergency, physical emergency, or which it means moving. Lily, you're my light. Lily, which it means moving away, because that's the physical part of the child. Okay, does that make sense? Not only moving away, but also he will have to start school somewhere else. I mean, I already said that. I'm just repeating myself. I'm just like a freaking hamster over. So I'm gonna read it because in my last video I was like yapping around for about an hour about the same thing. And because I want to be like next to my tree, I did it from the couch and it was so dark. So now I'm like in my boring white wall. Way too white. I'm gonna get dark. I'm gonna get black walls and then invite people over and just abuse them, be a monster. Oh, this tea is good. It's freezing. I'm a wimp, this is the West Coast. Probably not freezing, but it's freezing to me. So if you hear something that just sounds like a drill, that is my heater, which is super loud. All right. Oh, also she said she called us Satanists, pedophiles, and Nazis. She says, oh, the Mensa supporters and fans are a bunch of Satanists, pedophiles, and Nazis. So I'm none of those things, so now I feel like we have to, like, more than ever talk about this, because now she's like just targeting everybody else, not just him, but all of us. I don't know what information she has on that. You just can't drop it. I mean, I might just sit here and call her dumb, and I usually try not to. I usually say that she's sick, and I kind of feel bad for her, so I try to be empathetic, but she's out there calling all of us pedophiles and stuff, and I really don't appreciate that. Evan Realtor weird. Yeah. Oh, on her Instagram, on her page, because I do follow her, because I gotta keep an eye on that, because she's like posting just like insanity all the time, and she thinks it's gonna go away, which it does go away in 12 hours, but we all screenshot it, and she's been actually hinting for months and months to this whole, throwing Jamie Bell under the bus. So the stuff she's been posting on her story, I don't think it's Manson related. It's related to Jamie Bell and how hard it is for her to be a single mom and co-parenting a child with a narcissist. So she's been just throwing low blows for months. So I'm not surprised. This file was filed in April of 2021. That's only 2 months after she named Manson as alleged, aggressor, abuser. 2 months later. So this whole time, I feel bad for the guy, Jamie Bell. He's been sitting on it, and finally he, not sitting on it, but he finally just filed an ex parte. Court is very slow, especially here in LA, and it doesn't matter who you are, okay? You don't get a court date for the next 2 months because of COVID. It doesn't matter who you are. They don't care. The judge doesn't even know who Everett Wood is. They don't care. So Jamie Bell maybe filed in April or May or June, but just now he's getting some attention. That's very sad too, because in a case like this, that's what ex parte means, okay? It's supposed to be an emergency situation, but They're not taking it as such because she doesn't have a criminal background. I don't know. The fact that he's British might have something to do with it, and maybe they just see her. Maybe she has a little bit more clout because she's American and he's British. I don't know. I'm just saying that. I'm not sure. That's just a. It's just a theory that if they go to court, she might be, even if she's batshit crazy, the fact that she's American and he's not, and she established a house here. I might just no. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay, he lives here too. He works in movies and stuff. So I don't think. Just never mind. Erase that. I'm just talking on my ass. Excuse my French. I've been just since I got sick. I got the bug. I got COVID, and I was sick for almost 3 weeks, which is kind of unheard of. But hey, good luck, right? Got really awesome luck. Anyway, so I've been after I recover. It's been a month and a half. Not only I still don't smell. It sucks. I don't smell anything. I taste I still taste, but my voice, it seems like it changed or it got more, just have this raspiness going on that it is not normal. This is not the way it sounded before. I can hear it myself. So I don't know what's up with that. I feel fine. I'm not looking for, sympathy. But it was vicious. I do believe now that what I got was the Omicron, which is the new, I love to say the word Omicron, which is the new variation mutation of it. I do think that that's what I got. Sucks, and nothing else I can say about that. So take care of yourself. Don't be stupid. Wear your mask. I'm not saying go get a shot. I'm not saying that, but just be careful, because I got it, and so I know it's real. I'm not gonna sit here and be a conspiracy theorist and say like the government is lying. No, they're not. It's real. But you don't have to get the shot if you're gonna take care of yourself and stay away and put your mask. So if you don't believe in the shot, just don't take the shot. I'm not gonna be a Nazi about it. But I got sick even after getting the shot. So I'm not a doctor. I'm just like talking for what happened to me. And I'm like 12 minutes in, and I talk about myself for what? 6 minutes? I think that's pretty good. Considering that I always yap about myself so fucking much, and I have I sit here and I have the stuff written down on the computer, and I'm looking right now. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking right now at the finding from Jamie Bell. And I'm not looking. I'm looking at it, but I'm just like yapping and just ranting. So it's very chaotic, and I don't even have. And that's kind of how I like it. So it is what it is. I hope you can follow my chaos, which it got way better considering how I was 6 months ago, even 2 months ago. Well, I stopped for almost a month and a half because I got sick, and I was not really gonna come back, honestly. But the fact that she did this, and it involves her child, just hit me. Hit me in a spot that I didn't know I was going to be so sensitive about. So now more than ever, I want to see her fail. And I'm not joking. I want to see her destroyed. I can't do it myself. None of us can from YouTube, but we can actually help. I want to see her down. I'm not saying that I want to see her losing custody of the child. I'm not going to say that. I'm a mom. That's too much. But I want to see her punished in some type of way for what she's doing, whatever. And I'm not gonna go on the magical thinking of karma and all that or hell. No, I want to see her punished. Like I want to see her getting punished, legal punished on this life. I don't care about karma, and I don't care about going to hell or heaven, because I don't believe in that. So who cares? I want to see her taking responsibility for herself. She's not gonna take any blame, but if she's not gonna take any blame, then punishment, man. Because if you or me do what she's doing, any of us, any peasants like us, we be getting in trouble. We be getting at least 7 years for defamation, or I be having to pay like thousands of dollars for defamation, or prison for 7 years. I looked it up. That's what's up. Lily, can you just stop messing with my light? She's like right in front of it. Look at the difference. Now she's biting the side of my computer. She's like, she's crazy. It's late. Just like, what are you yapping about? Looking at the camera. There's nobody here. Who you talking to? I know, Lily. You know, I do this sometimes. Anyway, she's just so needy, and I think she's cold. That's what I have the heater on. She's cold. I'm cold. Anyway, okay, I got sick. Cool. I'm okay now, but my voice is still it's weird. My throat hurts. I still don't smell. So don't give me flowers. I hate flowers anyway, but I don't smell anything. Like, I don't smell. I put perfume on me, like, because I think, oh well, maybe somebody else will appreciate it, but I don't smell it. Makes sense? I don't smell my hair. I do my hair, I dye it red, and that chemical is really strong. I don't smell it. I don't smell hand sanitizer. I don't smell nail polish, which is one of the strongest smells. I don't smell a damn thing. And I hope that just kind of goes away. I don't want to just not smell for the rest of my life. That kind of sucks. Again, talking about myself. You know, the difference between somebody who has vanity, like me, are a little bit of egotistic sometimes in my life, which I was. It's a completely different version. It's a totally different country than being a narcissist. And I hate when people confuse the two. When people say, "Look at how narcissist she is. She's taking selfies of herself all day," or "Look at that guy. He's such a narcissist. He only cares about the way he looks." That's not narcissism. Okay, so stop doing that. People need to stop doing that, especially on YouTube, and just diagnosing, like, you know, all the people. And I'm not talking about Evan. I'm not talking about any of us. But okay, a narcissist is just what Evan is, and I don't know about Esme Bianco. I don't know. I think she's just a psychopath, like, period. But you know, no sympathy, no empathy, no either of those things for anybody. No, you don't are not accountable for what you do. You never take responsibility. You're never gonna say sorry. It all goes back to you. And the only way to understand somebody like her, like I already said before, is to think the opposite. Okay? So when she's saying black, we gotta think it's white. When she says cold, we gotta think it's hot. It's the only way to understand her type of insanity. Just think of an upside down cross, right? And the idea of I don't think this is true, but the idea of some people thinking, oh, that is for God, and the upside cross, you know, is for the devil, whatever. So it's the opposite, okay? The opposite of the opposite. In order to understand Everett Wood, you have to think like that, because she's so far gone. Then I don't know if she believes it or not, but the only way to get it is to think the opposite of what she's thinking. And that's how you get to the truth. I hope that makes sense. At least that's what I do with her. Because otherwise I will sit here and be like, oh my gosh, she's crazy. And that's not what I want to do. I don't want to call her crazy. I'm trying to understand where she's coming from. I don't know where she's coming from. I still don't get it. When it comes to the child and to Jamie Bell, I see where she's coming from. Because I'm a mother. And I never did something so fucked up. But I know people that do. And I see what she's trying to do. So now this is beyond Manson, and it's beyond her jealousy and her obsession with him, and how pissed off she got because he married Lindsay. Because that's the truth. This is the child, and that just makes me like even more mad than I was before at her. So now I feel like any of us that feel strong about this, we need to get on YouTube, on Instagram, or whatever, and talk about this and open a conversation. Because I feel like a lot of people don't know. I happen to a lot about this. Not only am I a social worker, but I'm also a mother. But I won't ever, and I don't like my ex. He's a jerk, okay? You don't have to like the person you had children with, but you cannot drag your child to the mud because you don't like the father or their mom. None of us do. Really, I don't know. It's sad to admit, but I don't know a lot of people that. I mean, we go, for example, if there's if something in the school, like a choir or whatever, or a play, whatever, we both can go. We can be in the same room together. We're not gonna be like, but I don't like him. He doesn't like me. But we communicate. Yes, no, here. I'm here. Okay. When you want to do this today, blah, 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 you want to have them for their birthday? Okay, that's it. Done. We can do that. I don't think about, I don't plot it. And I don't even like the guy. And I still don't plot. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, she's coming from a place of well, we know what she's doing there. So she wants all of us to believe that she is in a lot of danger. And this hair here is bugging me. She's in a lot of danger. And that's why she has to move to Nashville. Because she's in a lot of danger. And even on her finally, she says that she's connected to the FBI right now. And that's why she has to go. Like, she thinks she's like living this espionage life. She says that she has to get bulletproof glass. Okay, so I don't know. Like, she is really into her own freaking movie right now. Which in this movie of her life, she's this character that is constantly a victim. And she calls herself a survivor, but I don't think, when I think about a survivor, I don't think about this. I don't think about somebody like her. Or somebody like Esme Bianco or Ashley Morgan, Ashley Walters, all those people. They're just professional victims. That's what they are. And like I said before, they get high. They get off on that. I think Evan, and that's another thing the narcissist people do. She's like, she gets turned on. She's high. She gets high by this type of attention. I would not like it. I don't want negative attention. I don't want attention for something that happened to me that was painful. I don't want nobody to know. But that's just it, kind of personal. I don't know. Like, when I got sick, I didn't tell anybody. I had to tell them after. So, like, I don't want people to know, to give me attention for something negative. But then again, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse is a tricky thing. So I cannot tell you what to do. Me personally, I don't like that type of attention. But these people love it. And they don't want to let go. They don't want to heal. I do think that she got abused. I don't think it was Manson. I think it was somebody else. I do think that she got assaulted. And I do believe it. I have a gut feeling that that part is true. That's truth. But it's not him, okay? Some guy from a bar in West Hollywood that she said. Anyway, and it could be anybody. It could be a director, it could be a producer, it could be somebody when she was a teenager. It could be anybody. It's very easy for society to believe that it's him. So again, going back to the high, okay, the endorphins and all that. It's like when you do some type of drug like ecstasy or whatnot, which I used to do a lot of, like in my 20s. I'm 40 right now, and it just goes to your head in a way, like not only the euphoria, but also it's a relief. It's like, okay, now I can do whatever the fuck I want because people feel sorry for me. So not only they feel sorry for me, she doesn't need money. But, it puts me in everybody's, we're all talking about her, right? So she's getting what she wants. But also, now that I'm a victim, a professional victim, I can do whatever I want. And it's not going to be judged like all the people because I'm a professional victim. And I think this is what she's doing. It's exactly what she's doing. She thinks she can do whatever she wants, take the child away from her father because she's a victim. And nothing... Even if she is, okay, let's say it's pretend for a second that she is. She still cannot get the child. She still, my gosh, it's still wrong. Even if she was connected to the FBI and she's on this super, secret mission to get this guy, even the guy's not Manson, it doesn't matter. I still will think, and I will say that she is a piece of trash for doing this to her son. So just because you're a victim or a survivor, it doesn't give you the wings to do whatever the hell you want, especially when you have a child. When you have a kid, this is what I don't think everybody should have kids. You gotta stop thinking about yourself. It's cool. I mean, you gotta think about yourself, but the first 10 years of their life, it's about them. Sorry to break your bubble. It's all about the kids. So you can't be selfish anymore. You have to put your ego behind you a little bit, and then when the children are teenagers and when they leave your house after 18 or whatever, you can just get that stuff back a little bit. The first 10 years of your life as a mother, the first 10 years of their life and your life as a mother needs to be about them. You gotta stop your BS. And if by that time you did not grow, I'm asking you, please don't have children or give them for adoption. And I'm serious, because a lot of lives are just broken by people like that. And that type of ego and that type of narcissism, it's not a healthy ego. It's not the ego that we all need in order to survive. she just beyond. And I hate using the C word, which is crazy. Not the other C word. But I don't like using that word, but I can't with her. I don't understand her. I mean, I do and I don't at the same time. Like, because in order to understand her, I have to, like I said, think the opposite of her or just be like her. And I'm not a psychopath. So it's, all of us can sit here on YouTube and be like, oh my God, how she does this to him. The reason we don't get it is because we're not her. And thank God for that. So I'm just going to read straight up with the declaration, okay? This is a reply from Jamie Bell, ex parte family law form that he filed, which I already said is an emergency. Declaration of Evan Wood, first page 1. I'm telling you, there's only 2 pages of this. Yeah. She sit for hours yapping about herself, but this 2 pages, I think that's just disturbing. Evan Wood declares as follows. I am the respondent of this ex parte application. I'm especially appearing to respond to the petitioner from Andrew James Manfield Bell, Jamie, ex parte, like I said, application, and nothing even should be construed by my consent to this court jurisdiction in Los Angeles, California. I'm gonna read all that. Okay. Item. This is just so messed up. I never heard or read a reply from ex parte, the other parent saying, please, she's requesting the court to deny it. I never heard of it. And I heard a lot of shit in court and family law. I never heard of somebody requesting the court to deny the concerns from the other parent. She's requesting the court to just wash it off. It's really weird. I'm telling you, the judge is not going to give a fuck if she works on Westworld for HBO now. I respectfully request that the court deny Jamie's request on the basis that, first of all, she says, there is no emergency. This court lacks jurisdiction because it's LA and she's in Nashville, so. And Tennessee is safer. I don't know who the hell write this. Why she sounds like she's. Tennessee is safer, a more appropriate forum for this action and for my child and myself to reside. To the extent the court is inclined to issue custody orders, I request that the minor child remain in Tennessee with me at all times. My gosh. And no visitations to court in Tennessee under reasonable security protocols. I can't even talk. She wants the visits to remain in Tennessee, so Jamie has to go to Tennessee every other weekend, I guess, or whatever. And also she wants security around those visitations. And that is really tricky, because I'm afraid that she's going to go as far as saying that Jamie and Jack need to have supervised visitations and treat Jamie Bell like he's a freaking criminal. Because she's talking about security. So that means that Jamie's not going to be able to be alone with his child. Or that means that there's going to be security guards standing right there. It's just messed up. It's beyond. Even if he has the money to go, he has the money to go every weekend to Tennessee to visit the child. It's not about money. This is completely irrational. This is silly, Evan. Item number 3. She says, I'm an actress. Yeah, we know. That's why you're so good at lying, girl, because you're an actress. I'm an actress, and I have been working professionally since I was 5 years old. In addition to my work in film, I'm the founder of the Phoenix Act. Yeah, she's putting it there. Legislation to define domestic abuse to include coercive control and manipulation. I am a key witness. This is really weird. Listen, I'm a key witness in a pending. Who wrote this? In pending? I'm a key witness in a pending. I'm just going to rephrase it. On a criminal investigation. In connection with the investigation, I allege that I was the victim. Of torture, RAPE, and pedophilic grooming by an international known public figure. Brian Warner. She's not putting it there. She's not naming him, but I'm not the only woman who has alleged the foreign criminals from this person. I personally know of many other women who have advanced allegations against the same individual. That has nothing to do with your child. Now she's saying that so a victim of torture, R, and also pedophilic grooming. I mean, like, she was 19. And even if we're going to give it to her that she was 18, which she wasn't, she was 19, it's not pedophilic grooming. Look that up, Evan. So, I have suffered severe traumatic physical and emotional injury at his hands. And I'm afraid that he will seek retribution. She's always afraid of that. He will seek retaliation against me for testifying by harming me or my son or a member of my family. Due to the seriousness of the allegations, the potential danger to me, she's so good at what she does, the potential danger to me and my son as a key complaining witnesses. No, your son is not a witness, so I don't know what the plural. You're the witness. This is really weird the way. Anyway, maybe she typed it up. I don't know. It's inevitable that the criminal investigation will become public knowledge. So she's trying to say that it had already become public knowledge, and what it does to Jack is 8 years old. What is he's gonna do? And he's gonna get on the internet and look it up and see what the people are talking about his mom. He can do it from here, or he can do it from Tennessee. So if she's trying to shelter him, protect Jack from the truth, he's gonna find out. No matter what, he probably has a phone. He probably has access to a tablet or an iPad, or he will in a couple of years, if he doesn't already. So how are you gonna keep that away from him? Like, you can move to another country, and Jack is still gonna find out. Just like all of us are talking about it. The kid is gonna get on Facebook or whatever, and that's it. And I feel bad. I really pray for his mental health. Seriously. So she's pretty much saying that because she's part of this investigation, she has to move, right? Because she's afraid of, yada yada, retaliating against her. I was advised by criminal investigations that my family and I, safety is at risk. That's what we have to move. Pretty much what she's saying. Okay. The seriousness of the situation. I was provided with the correspondence. This is something that she's going to have to prove. I think this is BS. But this is a sword declaration, so you cannot really lie. You can lie, but you shouldn't. What she's saying next is something that she's going to have to prove. You cannot just say it. Like, I'm telling you, she thinks she's on her own espionage movie. And she's like, it's going to save the world. Anyway, I was provided with a correspondence from a representative of the FBI. I wish I was lying. I'm reading it. A true and correct copy of this correspondence is attached to Exhibit A. Oh, I don't have it. I might be able to get it. So there's something attached to this. Oh, they don't want us to read it. There's something attached. All right. Well, I can. There's an attachment that I don't have, but there's a little bit of it, so I'm gonna read it. This is from the cops, of the investigators, supposedly. It reads, please advise that Richard Wood is a key witness in a connection with the criminal investigations in Los Angeles, California, involving an international and well-known artist. The safety of Richard Wood, her family, and other victims. We're all going to move to Tennessee then? The fuck? The safety of her family and of the families of all the victims are the utmost concern during this time. Contemporary research regarding the safety of victims' human and sex the word T, crimes. Emphasis added on the word. It's funny how, it's not funny, it's really sad, but sex, another T word, T-I-N-G, crimes, it's like all capital letters. Like, you don't have to write like that to the court. You don't have to use capitals. This is supposed to be from an investigator. It doesn't sound like it, doesn't look like it, but maybe it is. And maybe she just convinced somebody to do this for her. So not only she's asking the court to deny Jamie of the emergency ex parte, but also she's asking the court to give her the permission to move to wherever she decides to move, because the FBI is telling her that she can do so. And that is really weird. She's going to have to prove this with more than a little piece of paper. So then she said that she has a home in Tennessee since 2016, which I had no idea. My Tennessee residence is and then there's a scratch address. The investigators made clear to me that our son Jack could easily be targeted by the alleged offender, who is a Los Angeles-based person and who is not in custody at this time. So because Manson is not in prison, then Jack is a target, I guess. That's what she's saying. 4 months ago, in late November 2020, I made the decision to quickly reside in Tennessee. I did not know she's been in Tennessee for this long. She's been probably going back and forth. This is crazy. At no time I did conceal from Jamie. See, this is the part that I don't believe her. She's saying that she did not conceal the fact. She didn't lie or she didn't hide anything from Jamie. During this time, however, Jamie was filming a movie in New Mexico and did not visit us once. I actually need to throw that out there, huh? You know why he didn't visit Tennessee? Because you didn't tell him. Like, that's what I really think. In December 22nd, 2020, so about a year ago, I was finally in the position to tell Jamie about the criminal investigation. I sent him an email. A true and correct copy of this email is attached to Exhibit Letter V. I'm going to write it right now. I'm going to read it. I know it's kind of tedious. Okay, I can pause now. Okay, so I don't believe anything she's saying, and I think this is beyond evil. But also the fact that she's saying that she has a bunch of letters from the FBI advising her to move out of state. That's not, like, you don't lie about that. So if she might not be lying about that. She might have some letters from the FBI, but that doesn't mean that there's an open investigation. That means that pretty much she's trying to convince us, she's trying to make us believe, and the judge, that she's a key witness and then she needs to be protected. Okay, what about Evan getting a restraining order? Restraining orders, that's what they're for. So if she really thought she was in trouble since like 2012 all to now, especially in 2016 when she did the Phoenix Act, and especially in 2021 when she came out and named him, why she didn't get a restraining order on behalf of her son? That's what I would have done. You don't need to move out of state. And then if some of this was true, then Manson or anybody cannot get near Jack, because he will go to prison. If we pretend this is true, let's pretend. So why she didn't do that? Why she didn't, she didn't do a little Amber Heard. You go to court and you can get it in 2 hours. Restraining orders, not that hard. But she hid all this, and she manipulated, and she hid this from Jamie for about like 40 years, because she said in 2016, so about 5 years she's been doing this back and forth to Tennessee, and now she responds to the court, and now she sends an email, because the email says December 22nd, 2020. So from 2016 to 2020, Jamie Bell didn't know that she had an address in Tennessee and a house, because it seems like this is not a hotel she's staying. She has a house. The address is there. It's a scratch of it. I can't read it, and neither I want to read it. Not that I don't want to know it either. So she lied so much. It's just really like she's just getting caught on the web. It's just hard to keep up. So you're gonna tell me that she never mentioned anything to Jamie? I'm supposed to sit here. We're all supposed to sit here and believe that she never told Jamie. Like, you tell your partner when they were together, if something so bad like this happened to you, you talk about it. You open up. I tell me she didn't say anything this whole time for years and years. Just one email. Tell him, hey, yo, I'm in danger. I gotta move out of state. But she had the house since 2016. So for 4 years and a half, this poor guy, it's been like, where's my kid? Where's my kid? Like, I'm not saying, okay, that sounds very dramatic. Where's my kid? But like, pretty much, I can totally see her being so sneaky and lying to him and telling him like, no, we're on vacation at my mom's house or whatever, and she was just hiding. The fact that she thinks that she has to hide her child because the FBI told her to do so is so insane. Insane. So this is the email that she sent to Jamie Bell in December 2020. They got married. Oh, they kind of got married. They got married. They were together in 2013. Jack was born in 2014, 2013, 2014. So this whole time, she never told Jamie about Manson. Like, what the fuck? Are I supposed to believe that? So this is one email that she sent Jamie. The email reads, Jack and I will be staying in Nashville for the immediate future. As a parent, there's nothing worse than reading something like this. I can't even imagine how he felt about it. As you will soon find out, I'm a material witness in a high-profile criminal investigation which likely will be public in the near future, and then it was. I have been advised that both Jack and my safety is at risk and that it's in our best interest to remain in Nashville and not in California. I will forward you my contact to the FBI. Oh my God. Like, she cannot even give it to him. And you should feel free to call Jack with whatever questions you have. No, call Jack. Call the FBI. Sorry. Okay. I will forward you the contact from the FBI and you should feel free to call the investigator with whatever questions you might have. I know how difficult this is for you to be away from Jack for an extended period of time. She already knows it's going to be a long time. What a bitch. I will do whatever I can to accommodate you. Oh, thank you. To accommodate you when you want to come here and visit him whenever you want. And of course, I will facilitate FaceTime or Zoom with Jack. So, video chat. Which is not the same than seeing your kid in person, Evan. Jesus Christ. I will facilitate FaceTime with Jack on a frequent basis. I'm available to answer any questions you might have. Thank you for your understanding during this very difficult time. This is this short of an email. The person you had a kid with, and it's just, you own that person more than this email. Do you know what I mean? And this whole time, she didn't say nothing to him. She waited until December 2020. That is just bananas split. I don't get it. That's very sus. That's super sus. We know that she can just write this lengthy, ridiculous things, and she can sit down with people from the government and on the senators, and talk and write and type and write all her Instagram bullshit. But she sends Jamie Bell this short of an email. Don't you think that's weird? That's sus. She's so full of it. So yeah, she's saying, well, we'll be staying in Nashville for the immediate future. That's just, she's not even saying how long. She's, as a parent, that's just disgusting. And you will soon find out. She's not even giving him the address. She's giving him the name of the investigator from the FBI so that the FBI guy can give Jamie the address of where she's staying at. I mean, you don't trust Jamie then? You don't trust Jamie? What's the deal? I mean, you cannot give the guy the address. You have to give it to the police officer. And then the police officer has to give it to Jamie. This is very weird. And then she says, I know how difficult this is. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you for your understanding during this very difficult time. Not difficult for her. So she's been cooking this up for a long time. She got that house in 2016. If we're going to believe what she says here. That means she's going to, well, we all know she's been cooking up this for a long time, but she's been lying also to the father of her child for a long time. I wondered if she ever said something like, yeah, no, we're here, we're good, we'll call you later. And maybe she was already in Tennessee. And this poor guy is like trying to communicate with his son. Evan, you're freaking gross. You're so, you're gonna go somewhere, girl. I part of me still feels bad. Excuse my voice. My tea, hot tea is not hot anymore, so I'm gonna have to warm it up. I'm just gonna lose my voice completely, but it's okay. It's worth it. Okay. Despite my offers for Jamie to see our son in Tennessee, Jamie did not travel to Tennessee once in December, January, or February from the last 2 years. So she has to say there that Jamie never went to Tennessee to see her. I think he didn't go because I don't think he knew. When I sent Jamie the email in December, there was no paternity action pending in any court of law. Jamie had previously filed a paternity case number. We're in general about this. However, he dismissed that action or about January 2020, leaving no action pending over a year when the majority of these events occurred. So he didn't respond. So she's pretty much trying to say to the judge, "Hey, Jamie doesn't give a fuck. So why Jamie's caring? Why the court has to give a fuck about what Jamie wants if Jamie didn't care?" I have the feeling that Jamie did care, but you did not respond to him, Evan. So she's making it sound like she is just, like I said, she's in some type of spy movie, and not only she's in danger, she has to move Jack to Tennessee, but also she's throwing Jamie under the bus, saying that Jamie did not try to go to Tennessee or contact her, not even once. I don't believe that. I believe that he might have, just call over and over, try to FaceTime, try to get on Zoom. Poor guy. Thereafter, on February 26, 2021, I filed a paternity action in Tennessee and served Jamie the same day. This is not what I don't know why she did this. So Jack is his child. I'm gonna have to look up this later and go a second video on why Jamie and her were fighting a paternity action, because you shouldn't have to do that. Maybe they're not legally married. Because that's what I had to do with my ex, because we never married. We had two children, but we never got married. So he had to file an action, say, yeah, these are my children, which is ridiculous because they are his children, but you still have to. So maybe they never got married. That's another lie, because she said that she got married to Jamie. Because that would be the only reason he would have to file that. Another thing that's very suspicious. As far as I knew, there was no paternity action filed in California at that time. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this paternity action thing because I don't know. I really don't. I have a theory, but I'm not gonna just put it out there. Well, no, I know Jack is his child. I mean, the kid kind of looks just like him. So I'm not saying it's not, but why is she doing this whole thing? And she's trying to deny his emergency court order, saying that not only he didn't visit in Tennessee once, but also he didn't respond to the paternity action. I don't know why she was. Well, maybe they never got married. Probably somebody out there knows about it. They never got married legally, then they'll have to do a paternity action, which is stupid, because it's not a test. It's pretty much the guy go and say, yeah, this is my child. I know because my ex had to do it. And it's not that it's a test like a DNA, something dramatic like that. It's pretty much just go to court and say, these are my children. Because we never marry in this weird society that we live, people think that if a guy didn't marry you, then you have to prove that those are his children. I don't know, it's weird. Because he's obviously in the birth certificate. But then the thing is, it's tricky because you can have a kid with somebody and then you can just get with somebody else and have that person on the birth certificate. Really, people do stuff like that, and it's not technically illegal if you don't get caught. So if they never got married, then it makes total sense that they have to go through a paternity declaration. It's very simple, like it takes a couple hours, but I don't know why Jamie didn't do it. And this is gonna look bad on him if he didn't respond to that. But maybe in the moment he didn't think it was gonna be a big deal, because he didn't think this crazy bitch was gonna come out with all this. So maybe that's why he ignored it. Okay. I'm very familiar with the alleged offender and the criminal case for which I am a key witness, and I believe he presents an imminent risk of harm to me and the people I love, including our son, in particular in Los Angeles, Hollywood area. I believe that me and our son are significant. Me and our son. It's never the son and me, or no, me and my son are significant danger, and we're safer in Tennessee. We're far away from the alleged offender. He's still in the same country, Evan. Jesus. And his active criminal case, no. Or maybe by now, yes. But when she filed this, I don't think there was a case open on him. The alleged offender network of fanatic supporters, yeah, we are, and the paparazzi, Given the scope of the situation, my ability to function and maintain safety in a long-term living situation in Los Angeles is not able at this time. So she's not able at this time to maintain safety. Let me sit on that for a second. She's so stupid. She's so dumb. She just admitted right there that she cannot provide safety for Jack. She admitted right there on that little sentence that she has no ability to function and maintain safety for Jack. And then she says in Los Angeles, and it's because of Manson, right? But she admits right there. So this is like what I talked about in my last video. This is my theory. I don't know Jimmy Bell. I wish I did, really. But I'm sure his lawyer is already thinking about what I'm thinking, because it just makes sense. It's common sense. She's in trouble because she kidnapped the child, taking him out of state, violating a court order. But also, Jamie can say, hey, if this is true, and this Manson guy is a criminal, then you cannot have Jack, because you really are putting my son in danger no matter where you live. And if it's not true, then you are insane and you're making stuff up. And so your abilities are not up in here that much. So also you cannot have Jack because you're a liar. So one way or the other, she admits right here that she cannot give him a safety long-term living situation in Los Angeles. This might be really good for Jamie, because she admits it right there. Even if the Manson thing is not true, we know it's not, but Jamie might not know. She still is so unstable. She says it right there. She cannot provide a stable, long-term living situation for Jack. Jamie, you gotta use that. So then she says, Jamie Bell is a successful actor who has access to a private jet. He might have access to a private jet, or no, I'm not sure about that. To facilitate visits with our son in Tennessee at any time that he might like. All I ask is that Jamie and I come to some sort of agreement regarding safety for our son. Because I am the one who experienced of abuse, I can appreciate how serious the threats are, even if Jamie chooses not to believe me. So like I said before, Jamie doesn't think that she's telling the truth. This is somebody who he knows a lot. This is somebody that he lived with, had sex with, have a child with. Okay, they have a child together. And so back then they love each other, you know what I mean? And Jamie does not believe her. So she's saying right there, she's saying right there, she admits, I'm gonna read it again. Because I'm the one who experienced the abuse, I can appreciate how serious this threat is, even if Jamie chooses not to believe me. So she's expecting Jamie Bell to take a private jet. I don't even know he's not that. A private jet to go to Tennessee like every weekend or every other weekend, I don't know the agreement, to see the son, to see Jack, because she is in a key witness protection. And also she's saying right here that Jamie chooses not to believe me. I don't know who told her how to write this, but she at least made at least 2 mistakes already on that thing. She sounds insane. She should just make it more simple, like leave it at that. Like, I'm in danger, hence our son is in danger, that's it. But the fact that she put, Jamie chooses not to believe me. Jamie doesn't believe me. And then what she put above that in the other item, she says that in a situation, she's not able to function and give Jack a safety living situation in Los Angeles. Well, then you're not able to give him that in any other state if you're unstable on the freaking head. So if I was Jamie Bell, I would ask not only for her to just get her ass back to California, but also to be tested psychologically, because, you know, some type of evaluation of her level, because we know she's crazy, but Jamie might not know she's crazy. And if he can prove that she's not stable and she cannot, like she says right here, I'm the one who experienced the abuse. Okay, no, she's saying right here, I had no ability to function and maintain safety, long-term housing situation for Jack in Los Angeles. No ability to function. She has no ability to function, and she has no ability to maintain a stable safety place for her son. Remember that quote, okay? That's very important. Even if she's trying to like be the victim on this, I think that right there is gonna come to bite her on the butt. Also, she seems so dramatic because you usually don't tell the court, well, I gotta do this because I gotta do this, and because yada doesn't believe me. That's weird. I never read something like that. So she's saying I have to do it, even if Jamie chooses not to believe me. So Jamie's making the choice not to believe you. It's not that you're a liar. It's not that. It's Jamie's choosing not to believe you, Evan. This is so bizarre. I didn't know this was so bizarre. I mean, I knew what happened because I read it in my last video, but I didn't read the document. Okay, that's it. 2 pages. One little email and only 2 pages to the guy that she has a child with. I guess it's not that important. It's messed up. I'm going to go right now and I'm going to look it up why she has to have a paternity action filed from him and paternity declaration from him, because that's weird. That's sus. Maybe because they're just not married, just like my ex and I. We're not married, so when we had to go to court like 10 years ago, he had to go and say, this is my children. Just super stupid, because obviously they are. But you have to do that. So maybe that's what it is. I'm not going to think anything darker than that. But I'm getting from this that she has that house since 2016 in Tennessee. This seems like it's a house, not a rental, a house. And where's the address? Like, I don't know. She said she's gonna give she said Jamie can access to the address of this house if he has access to the investigator from the FBI. You're gonna be giving the investigator all the time. You can ask the investigator anything you want. Why she's not giving Jamie the address? It's like, that is like the level of paranoia this woman has. It's just unbelievable. All right, this is more proof that she's been cooking this for years, at least since 2016. I find it hard to believe that a person that you were in love once and you had, you live with, you have a child with, you never confide and just told that person, hey, I was abused and this guy, and by this guy, this other guy, but this happened to me, this is a situation, I'm so hurt, I have trauma. You're gonna tell me she never did that? This is why Jamie doesn't believe you, because you never really, you can't just go. Okay, if she was with Manson from like 2007, because they got together right after he got divorced, we know that, until 2011, give or take. She got with Jamie in 2012, and Jack was born in 2013 and a half. So that whole time, she was with Jamie right after Manson. No, she was with another guy, and then with him. I mean, even if the guy, like I said, even if your ex is a jerk, that's the person that you have, you have a child with. Not only that, but once upon a time you were in love with, and you guys talk about stuff. I found it really hard to believe that Evan never mentioned Manson to Jamie Bell. This is why he doesn't believe her, because it's completely just out of the damn blue. Anyway, go. It's been like an hour. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to keep it under an hour. I'm so sorry. I suck at that. But that was it. That's Evan Richard weirdness, and I just pray for Jack and his mental health, and I hope that child has no access to the internet. Nobody would like to read this about their mom and their dad. It's so unnecessary, it's so silly, it's so bizarre, and it's evil and silly at the same time. It's really selfish. She is unbelievable. Cross the line in so many ways. To me, this is like the worst thing you can do. I mean, it's really bad that she canceled him and she took his livelihood from him, but stopping the father of your child from having a relationship with him. You cannot parent a child through FaceTime and Zoom even, or the phone. So doing that to him, he's only 8 years old, and that's the time that a boy needs his dad the most, and I'm not being sexist, it's just the way it is. Poor thing. I can't help feeling bad about the whole situation. She sounds like a child, especially in the last item when she's telling the court, I am the one who experienced the abuse, even if Jamie chooses not to believe me. That's just weird. Like I said before, you don't tell the court if Yera Yera doesn't believe you or not. That's for the court to find out. So that's just weird. Anyway, I passed an hour. I'm gonna have more tea because I'm just so raspy, and it has nothing to do with me talking or not. I've been having this for a couple of days. So sorry if this was long. Apologize if I repeat myself over and over, but she just makes me so we're all a bunch of pedophiles and Nazis, and she's including the paparazzi. She's saying the paparazzi is dangerous. If anything, the paparazzi might help her. So I don't know what the fuck she's getting that from. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and I'm just probably gonna do another short one. I'm gonna come back to Esme. Esme Bianco posted something really freaking funny on New Year's Eve. She's posting all stoic. She has a very stern, stoic pose to her, and it has a caption this bigger than that, about how 2021 was really hard for her, but she did it, and she's gonna keep going, and nothing is gonna stop her on the fight of domestic abuse and all that. But I'll read it later. I mean, you can go look it up. The Manson people on Instagram, they're great. They already posted. So really, these people think they're just doing the work of God. Like, she is the key witness, and at this point, I do believe there is an investigation open, because we know that they went to his house, and they walked in and all that. The cops did, but no wonder Jamie doesn't believe you. This is insane. Okay, I hope something good comes out of this, and I hope the judge sees past the whole I'm an actress and I'm American and my husband is not. When I'm married and he's from England, I hope that doesn't. People are weird. I mean, I hope doesn't. That's not a negative thing in court. The fact that she's an actress, usually judges don't give a flying fuck about who you are. Look what happened to Britney Spears for 11 years, okay? So they really don't care. They care if you're a good parent or not. And she's saying right there, she's admitting that she's not stable and she cannot give Jack a stable residence. That she's so stupid. I don't even think she got a lawyer to write that down, because a lawyer will never type that way, at least. And the end of it is like, this happened. Even if Jamie chooses not to believe me, I know I repeat that over and over, but she sounds like a fucking cheerleader. No offense to cheerleaders out there. That's what she sounds like. If you see interviews with her when she was in her 20s, like, she sounds the same. She's not talking right now, but I can hear her voice when I'm reading it. And it's just the same tone, and it's the same whiny brat. And she's going to say, I'm sheltered because I was homeschooled. The whole thing about how sheltered she was because she was homeschooled, I don't buy it for a second. Because I know plenty of people that were homeschooled, and they don't have all these psychopathic symptoms like she does. So it's not an excuse to be crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go, finally. And the next one is going to be shorter, I think. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but you know what I mean. Just skip it. Skip the good part. So pretty much, she sucks. We know that. I'm going to go and have a good night. And thank you so much.